Hello and welcome to this special video here from Thursday and I. Basically, my friend who's an expert drone flyer and me decide to fly a drone over Barry's Amusements, and unlike other drone videos, we're actually going to show you inside the park, not inside the building, but like beyond the gates, like where the Big Dipper is and stuff, and we managed to get some pretty cool footage, so I hope you enjoyed the footage, and now let's begin and look at some unseen footage of Barry's Amusements. So to begin, we decided to begin filming the main entrance of Barry's Amusements. That building and entrance is one of the most iconic parts of Portrush and Barry's. But now it's just extremely messy looking. It's like got all this rust on it and there's two rides lying there. It's a huge mess. People like to look in through the window and just see the state of Barry's Amusements. And recently the windows have gone a lot harder to see through for some reason. Basically the windows have gone a little bit foggy. Also, I didn't film a video about this, but when I looked inside Barry's, it looked like the cyclone had actually been testing because it was now in a new position, as well as the restraints are open, as well as the dodgem track had all its cars unbubble wrapped, as well as a lot of kiddie rides were unbubble wrapped. And I don't know what this is gonna mean. I don't think it's it reopening or something, but if anyone knows, please comment down below. But now we're going to do something that only professionals can do, which is we're going to fly through Big Dipper's Loop. So we're now going to fly through Big Dipper's Loop. This is perhaps my favourite bit of footage that I've captured today. If you look carefully, you'll be able to see like a small wee pink sign. That's actually a photo thing, which has not been working for a very long time. I don't know why it stopped working or something, or why they don't use it, but who cares? So now we're heading through the loop, and now we're going along the path that goes past the Big Dipper on the other side, of course. Now that's us for the loop, and something that's still standing and I'm surprised to see is actually the small token booth. From the looks of things, it looks like there's stuff inside the token booth. Now I've just gone past the Turtle Splash and we're now going past the Extreme Orbiter, or what used to be the site of the Extreme Orbiter. We're now heading up to the Big Apple, and as you can see we have the train still lying there, which seems to be in quite a good condition still. And as I've said in a couple of other videos, the track has actually been repainted recently. We're now going to head down the path again. Now we're heading down the path again, and we're now a little bit higher above the ground. Like I said before, it really surprises me how little this has changed since it was abandoned. It basically looks like the place was just left untouched for one day. The only real difference is that the Extreme Orbiter is now gone. As you can see where the turtle splash is, there's actually a few logs which are the turtles still lying in there, which is kind of cool to see. The track is now bone dry. Nowadays, Barry's is just such a mess, like I said at the very start, because you just have this huge mess, and like, when you look inside, there's just all these different parts dumped and stuff, which is just absolutely awful to see. Now, before we end, we're just going to have one last fly around Barry's Amusements. We're now just heading up the building. If you'd asked me 2 years ago that Barry's Amusements would close forever, I'd have been like, no way, and you're probably joking. But now, it's gone. I have no idea when the remaining attractions are going to be demolished, or when the Big Dipper is going to be dismantled, but I will make a video once that does happen. It just amazes me how much money they put into the place for it suddenly just to be left to rot about a year later. Like the new Ghost Train refurbishment, Extreme Orbiter, Cyclone refurbishment where it got new lights and stuff, Carousel refurbishment, Speedy Mouse repainting, like everything. It really just baffles me. I remember reading somewhere that Barry's had one of its most successful seasons ever in 2019, where more visitors showed up than normal despite the fact that they did little advertising. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that the Big Dipper also got fitted with LED lights, which you might be able to see now, the whites along the Big Dipper loop. I hope one day to come down to Portrush and actually see the Big Dipper testing to a buyer, because they are seeming to test some of the rides, like the Cyclone and stuff. And now if you look down below, you might be able to see like this wee like yard, and that was the storage yard that I was talking about in building Barry's Amusements in Minecraft. But there you have it, that's the Barry's drone tour. I really hope you enjoyed that Barry's drone tour that I just did, where I showed inside the park and stuff. If you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate if you consider subscribing, as there'll be more content like this in the future. Also, whilst I was down in Portrush, I got some footage of the dismantling of K-Land Portrush and their waltzer. That'll come out in the next couple of days. But anyways, that's all from me, and thanks for watching, and goodbye.